Howdy everyone, Sarcy here, and today we'll be looking at Arafel Enhanced Edition on Nintendo Switch. Originally made in RPG Maker some time ago and then ported to Unity, Arafel is an RPG game that aims to bring the best of both Western and Japanese RPGs into one game, with the Enhanced Edition being an upgrade from the original, with not only upgraded features but completely new ones as well. So as for the story, you play as a girl named Lita Lakata. The story starts off with Lita and Adrian on an expedition to find a treasured ring, but they end up getting separated when Lita falls into a pit trap. While trying to find her way back, she ends up coming across a ring that she believes to be the exact one they're looking for and puts it on. By putting on that ring, which is no longer removable, she is bestowed with power that she slowly discovers throughout the story and unknowingly accepts a new destiny which she must fulfill, also getting involved in a war against vampires. The combat is the standard classic turn-based system that you'd expect. Your health restores at the end of each fight, and as you level up, you'll get points you can spend on your power, defense, agility, and wisdom, which increases your stats. Along with that, each character will also learn new skills fitting to their combat style. There's crafting, where you can use ingredients found in the world or from merchants to make things like potions on the spot, as well as upgrades for your gear and enchantments. You can purchase recipes from merchants to brew even more potions, and new enchantments can be found or bought as well. There's 4 difficulties to choose from, with the harder ones being grindier, and if grind is too much, there's a new difficulty introduced, which at least I think it's new to this version, that being story, which gives you an optional ability during combat called story mode that lets you instantly wipe out all enemies in battles, which is useful for if you're more interested in the story rather than the grind. As for how long the game is, it's a fairly lengthy one. It was about 3 hours in before I even hit chapter 2, and that was having only done 1 or 2 quick side quests. The game spans across 5 chapters, so when it comes down to the amount of content, this game does very well and is very generous, with a rich amount of story, which is even more expansive if you decide to dip into side quests. There were a few times that I got lost or didn't know what to do and ended up wandering for longer than I should have when the solution was right there in front of me in the form of puzzles. There are a few of those throughout, and the only ones I had difficulty with were some that, like I said, were right in front of me that I didn't even realize were there. Thus, I wandered around a bit confused for a bit, but otherwise they weren't much of a hindrance when I knew they were there. Besides puzzles, there are of course the various boss fights, which the game warns you of in the form of points of no return, where you'll be able to back away from and save before you tackle the fight ahead, or just go for it, sometimes even having the option to skip the cutscene and just jump straight into the fight if you want. About the only thing I haven't mentioned is the soundtrack, which I think is great. Each area has its nice own tune that fits quite well with where it plays. So in the end, this game has great balance overall, providing for both those who want a challenging RPG as well as those that just want a good story, all of which fits very well on the Nintendo Switch. So if you want this game yourself, it is available on the eShop for $15. I'd like to thank DANGEN Entertainment for sending me the review key. This is Sarcy on the Game Club's channel, and I'm out.